Whew! Redis was the world's most beloved in-memory data store until March 2024, when its license changed and the community responded by forking it. Meet Valkey, a fully open-source Linux Foundation-backed drop-in replacement that picks up right where Redis left off. It's not 2024. Redis Limited switched from the BSD license to the server-side public license, or SSPL, and the Redis source available license too. This blocked cloud providers and many enterprises from using it freely. Within weeks, AWS, Google, Oracle, Ericsson, and others co-founded Valkey under the Linux Foundation to keep a truly open fork alive. The Valkey inherits Redis's single-threaded event loop for command processing and builds on the multi-threaded I/O layer Redis introduced in version 6, significantly improving its throughput and default configuration. Network reads and writes are handled by dedicated I/O threads, while the main thread executes commands sequentially, preserving the atomicity guarantees Redis users depend on. Valkey 8 goes further with a revised threading model that delivers roughly 80 to 85% higher throughput than Redis 7.2 in write-heavy benchmarks. The numbers tell the story. Valkey 8.0 benchmarks show over 1 million operations per second on a single node using multi-threaded I/O. Latency at the 99th percentile stays under 1 millisecond for get and set commands. Compared to Redis 7.2 with default settings, Valkey delivers roughly 80 to 85% higher throughput on write-heavy workloads. Valkey retains all the beloved Redis data structures: strings, lists, sets, sorted sets, hashes, bitmaps, hyperlog logs, streams, and geospatial indexes. Valkey 8.0 improves the compact list pack encoding for small sorted sets and hashes, reducing memory overhead significantly compared to Redis defaults. The RDB persistence format and AOF append-only file are fully compatible with Redis 7.2. Valkey cluster shards data across up to 1,000 nodes using 16,384 hash slots. Each primary node owns a range of slots and replicates to one or more replicas. Clients use the cluster shards command to build a routing table and send commands directly to the correct node, avoiding proxy hops. A gossip protocol on TCP, port 16,379, that is client port 6379 plus 10,000, propagates topology changes within seconds for typical cluster sizes. The availability in Valkey relies on Sentinel or the built-in cluster failover. Sentinel monitors primary nodes, and when a primary is unreachable for the configured down after miscellaneous threshold, default 30,000 milliseconds, a majority quorum of Sentinels elects a new primary. Automatic client reconnection is handled by querying any Sentinel node with Sentinel get master adir by name to obtain the promoted primary's address. Sentinel also publishes switch master events on its pub sub channel for aware clients. Migrating from Redis to Valkey is designed to be seamless. The Valkey binary is a drop-in replacement. Point your existing redis.conf at the Valkey server executable and restart. Client libraries written for Redis work without modification because Valkey speaks the same RESP protocol. For live migrations, use the REPLICAOF command to replicate from a Redis primary to a Valkey replica, then promote the replica once replication lag reaches 0. The Valkey ecosystem is growing rapidly. All major client libraries, including Redis for Java, Redis for Node.js, Redis for Go, and Redis PY for Python, work with Valkey out of the box because the wire protocol is identical. The Valkey organization on GitHub hosts official client SDKs, a C modules API for writing server-side shared libraries, using Valkey's own module SDK, and a growing collection of community modules including vector search and Bloom filters. Before going to production with Valkey, run through this checklist. Set max memory and a suitable eviction policy such as all keys LRU. Disable transparent huge pages on Linux to avoid latency spikes. Enable AOF with fsync set to every sec for durability. Configure bind to a private interface and require a strong auth password. Finally, set up Prometheus scraping via a Valkey exporter, such as Redis exporter, that reads the inovo command and exposes a metrics endpoint. Then alert on replication lag exceeding 1 second.